Yeah, pardon the lighting, but I just wanted to take a little bit of time out and talk about the Alex Jones bullshit, the sham trials, as you were. Uh, Basically, what has happened is they decided that Alex Jones was guilty before he even began his trial. The New York judge, the woman in New York that presided over his case, she came out before the trial even started. She came out, sat up there on her little podium, said to the jury, she looked at the jury and said, "You're not here to deliberate whether he's innocent or guilty. I have personally already decided that he is guilty in my chambers before this trial began. Therefore, you are only here to determine how much his payments or punishments are going to be." Okay, that's unconstitutional and illegal. Judges cannot do that. Judges can't be like, okay, he's guilty beforehand, and you don't get to talk. Another thing that she did was she told Alex Jones that him and his legal team cannot present any evidence. They cannot speak on the stand. They cannot talk about it. It's just going to be the prosecutor is going to speak their case to the jury, and then the jury is going to deliberate on how much each punishment is going to be. That's unconstitutional and it's illegal. That one's going to be overturned real quick. All of those ones, all the cases in that are going to be overturned. Now the Texas one is fun because same thing. Judge said, "Oh, Alex Jones, you're not allowed to testify. You can't bring in evidence." They told him, "Okay, bring all this paperwork in, and then we'll start this." Well, he brought all the paperwork in, and then they go, "Well, hey, this paper has a different piece of paper than that trial over there, so therefore you falsified evidence. You're guilty of that." And it's like, no, that's not how it works. They told him to bring in the Google. Bring in the Google. How do you bring in the Google? Well, they wanted him to pay Google to give him all the information on his analytics for his show, which he doesn't have to do that. If people are looking him up on Google, then that's their prerogative. He doesn't have to prove that people were looking him up. That's not how that works. And then the judge, again, he wasn't allowed, he was barred from pleading innocent. He couldn't, the judge said, "You can't plead innocent. You can't say that you are not guilty. You can't say it. Because this isn't about your guilt." Yes, it is. A trial is about guilt or innocence. You can't say, you can't, "Oh, no, I'm the judge. You cannot plead innocent." That's not how this works. That's not how the U.S. works. Top it all off, he lost a $90 million lawsuit against an FBI agent. The FBI agent said, "Oh, he defamed my name by claiming this didn't happen or that it was a sham." The FBI agent was unknown. Nobody knew who he was. He wasn't on any of the documents at all. He worked in the FBI field office, and he wasn't in any documents ever until you get to like the home paperwork, and his name is mentioned once. But somehow he wins $90 million. Alex Jones didn't even know who he was until he sued him. He's not mentioned in any of the Alex Jones films, documents, anything. Yet he lost a $90 million defamation case against him. Several people won against Alex Jones for $50 million in Texas. Here's the deal. Those are going to be appealed, and they're going to be thrown out. If anything, the judge will have to drop them down to $5.6 million each. Because in Texas, the state law says you cannot go more than $5.6 million. You cannot go any higher than that. But the Texas judge and the jury said $50 million each, $90 million each, $100 million each. It's illegal. Everything about it is unconstitutional and illegal. Alex Jones got railroaded. And why? Because they want to do another slow burn. Oh, he's guilty. Then he appeals, all the cases get thrown out, everything goes away, and they don't show any of that on the media. It's going to be blasted all over the media that he lost big time, lost $1 billion in his company, and he's bankrupt. And then 6 months from now, nobody's going to even know that he won every single appeal that there was. Nobody's going to know that it was all thrown out because it was unconstitutional and illegal. Nobody's going to know because they're going to sweep it under the rug. Look at all the times that CNN or MSNBC or ABC News said something, turned out to be fake or a flat out lie. Sandman. Yeah. The Wisconsin shooter. Oh. Yeah. Both of those guys. They railroaded the shit out of them. Come to find out, neither one of them did it. It was all innocent. Completely innocent. What do? They put out a little snippet in the newspaper or online retracting what they said. Oh, that's good enough for us. And then they still post about his guilt or their guilt. That's what made them lose millions in lawsuits, because that's true defamation. Alex Jones did maybe 3 hours of video years ago, but then a year later or 6 months later, he retracted all of his statements, did a whole bunch of retractions, nothing for years and years and years. Then all of a sudden, Democrats get this hair up their ass because they're planning on losing an election, and now they bring it to court. Some of these defamation cases don't even meet the minimum requirements, including the whole thing about, time. What statute of limitations? Oh, how long is a statute of limitations? 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? It's been years, and they're suing him on stuff that's 7-8 years old, but the defamation files say that you can't sue for it after 2. Yet he's getting railroaded. How do you file paperwork when it's 6 years past the date that you can legally go by? He's gonna be winning all of the appeals, and it's not even gonna be shown on the news. They're just gonna throw it to the sidelines. It's just how it is.